the Portland Police Bureau.
Controversy and accusations piling up yet again against a backdrop of violent protests. Except this time, Portland's mayor isn't condemning what happened in the streets, but behind the scenes.
This is very upsetting to me as the mayor.
What's so upsetting are text messages, hundreds of them, first obtained by the Willamette Week. They're from 2017 and 2018, and they're between Portland Police Lieutenant Jeffrey Nia and Joey Gibson, the leader of Patriot Prayer.
I'm particularly concerned about the encouragement that seems to be offered to Mr. Gibson. He associates himself with people who are in fact white supremacists and white nationalists.
In one text exchange, Lieutenant Nia talks about a Patriot Prayer member who had an active warrant out for his arrest. Nia wrote, quote, "Just make sure he doesn't do anything to draw our attention if he still has a warrant in the system." In another text, mid-protest, he tells Gibson, "Now's a great time to break down the rally and be able to leave. We have a large group of Antifa trying to flank us and you. We are stopping them for now, but not sure how long." Gibson isn't doing interviews, but said this during a Facebook Live.
I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. It's like, it's just text messages that I've been having with the police department, and they're very normal text messages. I do this with police officers all over the country, wherever I go, just like to have some open communication.
Then there were messages that had less to do with protests and just appeared friendly, like when Gibson told Nia his plans to run for Senate last year, a race he lost. Nia responded, "You're running for office? Good for you. County level?" Again, the mayor argues it paints a biased picture.
And I support the police, and it's a really hard job, and I support the men and women in the police bureau who are doing that job. But every time somebody stumbles like this, it undercuts the credibility of the entire bureau.
And Maggie joins us now. Maggie, the expert you talked to in that piece, had a lot more to say.
Yeah, he was so interesting. His name is Ron Louie. He's an adjunct professor of criminal justice at Portland State, and he's also a former police chief with Hillsborough PD. And he said, number one, the thing that he wanted to focus on was the fact that these two are texting at all. He says for police, not only is that pretty common, he actually called it prudent.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with communicating with adversarial people representing an adversarial group like demonstrators. Nothing wrong with that at all, because the goal is public safety, their safety and the safety of the community.
But some of the elements, he said specifically, of these text exchanges could, in his mind, cross a line. So number one, he said, tactical info. That was a big sticking point for him. He said that time that the lieutenant told Patriot Prayer, Antifa's closing in on us and you, he said that goes beyond protection. Now it's kind of coordination. And then number two, I want to show you specific people and specific warrants. The fact that he talked about that Patriot Prayer member who had an active warrant and advised him basically on avoiding an arrest. Take a look at what he had to say.
The warrant is a judge saying, bring that person forth. And when you say things like that, it sounds like you are giving aid and comfort to that individual, and you have to be very, very careful about that, because the public and the adversaries to this group will say, boy, you're their ally.
Now, it's really important to note Lieutenant Nia is also on record having communicated with at least one member of Antifa. That was back in 2017. But for now, tonight, he has been barred from communicating with any protesters while Police Chief Danielle Outlaw conducts this investigation. Guys, back to you.